Hello! Today I am drawing your Minecraft skins. I got all the submissions from Twitter, so if you want me to draw yours next time, or something of this nature, follow me on Twitter at Stormmyth_. I changed it recently, I think that's it. And I might draw your Minecraft skin. Here we go. So the first one I did was this bee. This is Tin Bee. Any pronouns? Their eyes are more purple and shiny than other bees, probably because they might be, they wrote bee with two E's, might be somehow connected to the end. The flower in the fluff is a gift from a close and dear friend. The brown pixels on the front are a tool belt. So I decided to do more of like a humanoid version of the character. Instead of drawing like a bee head, I made it like a human head with like bee elements to the design. That was kind of the vibe I was going for. Like when people do fan art of other NCYTs, if the skin isn't really a person, people make it into a person. So that's what I was doing with this. So yeah, I decided because they're a bee, I was gonna have them floating in the sky. I like doing floating poses. I think it's fun. But I had them a little more scrunched up and small because bee. I was a little unsure about the hairstyle I went with. I did like a ponytail thing in the back. I wasn't really sure. It just kind of felt right for some reason. But I think it would have been better if I did like curly hair or something to replicate like the fuzz. Or I could have done like the Bee Movie, give them a buzz cut, or like the comb. You know what I'm talking about? But I went with a ponytail. Don't know why, it just, the vibes felt right. So there's a bit here where I'm redrawing the guidelines of the face because the liner wasn't working out, and so I just started resketching the face out, and I find that to be really helpful. If you're like, there's no order you have to do art in, you know. If you need to resketch something and redo the guidelines while you're in the middle of line art, go for it, you know. It helped me realign this face because it was looking a little wonk. Also, I wanted to talk about the brush that I'm using because I get asked questions about the brush I'm using a lot. It is the Thick and Thin brush that is a Photoshop default. And I really like it. I have it on like the opacity sensitivity thing. I don't actually have the opacity turned down, but like the thing on the Photoshop, you know, I have that turned on, the pressure sensitivity. And it's really nice because it feels really like sketchy and loose to draw with, but when you zoom out, it's like still looks really neat and like clean. So highly recommend that brush. I get asked a lot, so I thought I would mention. Yeah, now we got hands being drawn. Don't look too closely at the hands. I feel like all my hands, they always look good from afar, and then you get close and it's confusing. You can see me struggling in this speed paint. Hands hands are rough, but we got through it. But the other hand with the Ender robot hand, I'm assuming it's supposed to be robot arm because they say in the skin credit, because I had people credit their skin artist, this person made their own, so they say the robo arm is repainted from the robo arm on Tango Tech's Create series skin by Rainmaker. I don't know what those words mean, but hopefully they mean something to someone. But yeah, they say it's a robot arm, so I made it a robot arm. I hope that's what it was supposed to be. But made it all end themed, you know. I just thought that was really cool detail to the character. I made mine very heavily inspired by like Automail from like Fullmetal Alchemist, specifically Ed's, because I have drawn him so many times, so I know what that works or like looks like. But any robot hand is actually really useful because you can split things into sections, and it makes drawing the hand easier and helps with your like understanding. You can see me towards the end of the line art, like after I did the line art of the hair, everything got kind of wonky. when I flipped the canvas and everything. I used Liquify to fix everything up a bit. Liquify is a great tool. Definitely recommend using it. Because, you know, if you know something's a little wonky and you don't want to have to redraw the whole thing, this will help a lot. Oh, and I forgot to do the tools in the tool belt. I drew the tool belt, to be fair, but I forgot to draw the tools. I'm really sorry about that. I was going to draw them, and then I didn't because they were looking weird, and then I was like, oh, I'll do it at the end on like a layer on top of the drawing, like I did with the flower and the hair. I don't know when I'll do that in the picture, but I did that. But yeah, I forgot the tools. I'm sorry. I think that the whole bee mechanic character, what's connected to the end, it's very cool. I really liked the idea of the character. And just like, I think Minecraft skins are really cool because they're really interesting way for storytelling, and people are so creative with them. And like Minecraft in general is really cool for storytelling. So I think it's really neat. And that's why I wanted to do this video, because people have so many interesting skins, and I know people have really interesting stories for their characters. Yeah. Here, next, I am adding more bee elements to the character, because it needed more bee. So I gave them stripes, and I gave them little antenna, like bee antenna. Yeah, hopefully that makes them look a little more bee-like. And obviously I did like the blonde yellow hair and everything. Yeah. I hope it worked out. Oh, and I also add ender, I don't know if you saw this yet, but I added enderman particles to the robo arm just to really emphasize the endermanness or endiness. And then I just added some daylight lighting and finishing touches, and here's the final thing. On to the next one. Next is this character with like a mask on their face. Here's my skin. I made it myself. The lore is too wide, but in summary, he's a guy whose town is trapped in time and got sent into the future by accident to save him from an assured death. And he doesn't remember about it that much, apart from some visions. He's married now, though, so that's fun. Fun little backstory. So I decided for this one to do like a closer up portrait instead of like a full body drawing. But because of that, I went with a little more of a detailed painting style. At least for me, it's painted. I don't know how to paint, so I went with a little more of a messy line art style, and then more like blended colors, basically. And I went with a little bit more of an anime art style. I've tried this anime style a few times before. This one's a little messier than my other attempts I've done in the past. I just really like the anime art style, but I struggle to replicate it in my own art. But it's fun to try, and it's fun to experiment with different art styles. So yeah, I tried to put more detail in the hair than I normally would, and into the face, and like more defining of the shadows, and especially with the eyes. My eyes are usually just blobs, like circle blobs with a little shine in it, and then a color. So I fully actually shaded it and gave him like a pupil and eye shine, multiple eye shines and all that, you know? I really went for it. It was really fun to experiment with that sort of thing. Like I said, experimenting the art style, I think it is really fun and good to do, because then if you find something you like, you can incorporate it into your own normal art style, and it's just more, it makes it more fun and refreshing to draw and experiment in styles. And then I was having trouble with the eye, with the one eye being white and then one eye being blue. I assumed it was like it's just the white of the eye in one of the eyes, but it was looking all weird to me and I didn't like it, so I gave them like an iris and everything on the white side, but I made the iris white. I hope that's okay. It's Minecraft skin, so it's hard to tell what it's supposed to be. I don't think it is supposed to be what I drew, but I went with it because it looked better. Oh, and I also made sure to include the wedding ring because you said he was married. So I gave him a little wedding band, 'cause that'd be cute. And then I went with like a spirally background to represent like the sort of time travel elements of the character. I hope you like it, but that's it. That's the finished picture. And then we have one final one. This like flame-headed girl. While she can be fully invisible, it felt odd to her since there was no visible head to look at when people talk to her. So she figured out a visual replacement to keep her anonymity, like a stylistic sensor of her face, a black/purple flame, glowing white eyes, and glasses. This one was a bit of a last minute addition to the video. I wanted to do 3 drawings in total, and then I did 2, and I was like, I think I'm done. But I decided to throw this one in because I thought it'd be nice to add a 3rd one. So I apologize that it's not up to par with the other 2. I don't think. I didn't rush it, but like I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. But yeah, I just kind of started drawing. I didn't really have any plans with it. Like the other 2, I had an idea of what I wanted to draw for them. This one, I just started drawing. And then I see where it takes me, see the evolution, you know? I really wanted to concentrate on like rendering out the flames because I thought that would be really fun to draw, and I was right. It was fun. I did enjoy doing the flames. I think that the hand, the flaming hand, because I made her like waving, I think that turned out really good. I really like the way it looks, where it's like the general shape of a hand, but still made of fire. I know it only said her head was the flame, but I decided to give her a flamey hand too. But yeah, and then in terms of like the pose and everything, I ended up going with a sort of shy pose where she's like a little bit blushing and waving. Because if she's sort of like invisible most of the time, I figured that maybe she's kind of shy, but then also friendly because she wants people to be able to have something to look at when they look at her. Hence the flame head. So I gave her like a friendly but shy waving pose. That's kind of what I ended up going with. And then I ended up doing a sort of webcomic-y style at the end. I added I made it look like she was like in a little panel, and then there's like a speech bubble as if she's in a webtoon or something. I don't know. I was just kind of experimenting, and I've been working on my own webcomic. So I kind of felt like doing a webcomic-y type style for it. Yeah, I think it turned out all right. I'm sorry if it's not my best work, but it was the last minute addition drawing, and I did have fun working on it, so I hope you like it. And yeah, that's everything. Those are all the characters I drew today. Again, follow me on Twitter if you want to participate in future videos that I might do. And I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. That's that. Bye-bye.